Got the news. Carmelo Anthony heading to the Hall of Fame. Duh. Rest of the class going to be revealed Saturday. But when we look back, Lou, do you think Melo got the flowers he deserved during his actual active time?
During his actual time, it's tough to say because, it was so many different conversations and narratives being built around his name at that time that it kind of got cloudy. What I'm happy to see is once he did finish the game, he got the ultimate flowers, and that came from his peers. That came from the people that competed alongside of him and people that competed against him. And that's the biggest compliment that you can get as a player when you're out of the game, is the respect and the admiration from your peers and from the people that you shared the court with for so many years. So during his tenure, with all of the controversy around him in Denver, and then him being able to go to New York for a restart, to have everything that he was doing in New York. And then, he goes to OKC, and then you have they want me to come off the bench moment. Like, so many different things always followed Carmelo Anthony, but all in all, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. The talent, the things that he did on the court always outweighed the conversations that people tried to put around Carmelo Anthony. So for me, he did receive his flowers because every basketball player that's played against or with him has respected him in the highest fashion. So him being elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame, you see the way that he's getting celebrated online, on social media, on television, and I'm sure he's feeling it in person. It's much deserved, well deserved, and that's the best way that you can receive your flowers, is from your peers. So I agree. I think so, yes.
Yeah, and I think when players are lucky to play as long as him, I think the new generation, guys that see him towards the end of their career, don't understand and don't realize how good this dude was for so many years. And this is well deserved. He's one of the original just big-bodied guards, big pick and pop, can handle the ball. Unbelievable mid-range, size you up. I mean, I remember I would watch film of Melo, not that I ever did it or even came close to doing it, but just watching him fix you up in the post and jab you and being able to get his shot off against whoever was guarding him. The dude was unbelievable. If you ask Hooper that played in the league, who's one of the toughest guards they had during that time, a lot of them would say Carmelo Anthony. He was an absolute bucket. He was unbelievable his freshman year at Syracuse, by the way, where he led them to achieve probably the most impressive freshman campaigns ever. Cooper Flag has a chance to do something similar, but this dude's unbelievable. He's also just the greatest, coolest dude, like to hang with, to kick it with. He deserves this, and I'm so happy they didn't waste any time and gave it to him because he is an absolute legend.
All right, you got to pick one, Chandler. You first. Denver Melo or New York Melo?
I got to go Knicks. I think it was just longer. Okay. 6-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, and scoring champ. You know how hard it is to lead the league in scoring. And those Knicks teams were so much fun. And him, JR, Tyson, like those guys, they were so good. So I would take New York Knicks, and just doing it in Madison Square Garden. This is where his popularity, his fame really took it to the next level. And he was great in both, but to me, Carmelo's a Knick.
Fair. What about you?
And I'm the opposite. I think the Denver Nuggets laid the foundation for his career. Like, the things that he was able to do in Denver was nothing short of outstanding. Like, even to this day, there's still somewhat of a debate about who should they share the 15 when Jokic retires. Like, there's still a campaign for him to have his 15 retire with the Denver Nuggets. I hadn't heard that about the 7 in New York as of yet, but that should tell you how big of an impact that he had. And from my personal experience, the only game that I can really reference being physically worried and scared to play in was the first time that I played against Carmelo Anthony when they traded for Allen Iverson. Having both of them guys in a Denver Nuggets uniform, I was like, I don't know how we're going to go about this game. Like, those were two guys that really put fear in my heart in my third year as a pro, so that to me is what stands out. By the time he was with the New York Knicks, I was a household name as well, so I felt more confidence than competing against him. But being a young puppy in the league, seeing Carmelo Anthony in that baby blue and gold and that yellow, it was a scary sight to see. And I was one of the Melo's biggest fans. I had a throwback Carmelo Anthony Syracuse jersey. I had his first pair of shoes, the Jordans that came out. Like, there was no bigger fan of Carmelo Anthony than Lou Will at that time. And so when I actually had the first few opportunities to compete against him, my eyes were this big and I was physically scared.
Physically scared. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Something on the other side that I think we're going to like. We'll be back. What is it going to be? Oh, no. I didn't know what it was going to be. Chandler.
This picture makes me look like I didn't want any of the smoke, and I don't like it. We gotta show the video. I think I was at the free throw line. He tried to get over my back.
You look like you're about to do something with your right hand, like something.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
San Antonio this weekend.
Sorry, Hall of Fame.